What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Baron Lugnut YouTube. So, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person that loves me till the end. Man, today's video is... This is the one that I think everybody wants to see. How did me, Bear, and Lugnut, how did we meet? Yeah, so... It's a funny story, you see. Well, I was friends with his older brother. I'm not going to mention names. Keywords was. W-A-S. Was. Underline it. But me and his older brother had a... What are we going to call this? That's all, folks. Nah. He just decided he was going to go with Mucinex, if you will. But, alright, so I was friends with him, and then, me and Lug, we really wasn't jiving at first. We was both young. We was very young, actually. And by very young, I mean we was still wet behind the ears. Excuse me. Hey, normal YouTubers would cut that out. But anyways, me and Lug, we really clashed soon, like when we first met. And there's a funny thing that happens with me, right? Yeah, I got me. My bad, my horn is coming out. Damn it, I'm horny over here. Thick. But, and Lug, I know you're gonna watch this. Just listen. But, we was really clashing there at first when we actually first met, right? And yes, my brain is going to bounce around this video, so hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. But anyways, we was clashing at first, and then a bunch of other things happened, and we didn't talk much for a few years after we had moved from where we was living at that point. You know, and I was still friends with Dickhead, and then it went from there, till one day, I don't remember really when it was, but I just texted him. I was like, hey man, what you doing? It was in mine and Lugnut's brotherhood, this has happened organically. This wasn't, forced. Well, I'm gonna back up to the point where, I texted him. Before that, I was, he was helping me get some stuff. Let's put it that way. It's some stuff that, might or might not go into these. Yeah. And I kind of still do that till this day, but not really. But anyways, back to what I was saying, it got weird because, I was going down there, helping him pay his bills and stuff. Pay his bills. Y'all know what I mean. But, it... And then one day I went down there and got some, helped him pay some more of his bills. And this is really hard because I'm trying to keep certain things, private. But I asked him, I said, hey, homie, why don't you come up to the house and just chill for a couple of days? He's like, okay, for sure, let's go. So we called an Uber, went to the house. he stayed up there. We was playing games, bullshit, and stuff like that. And, you know, it got from that to, you know, he was up there damn near every day. And then, I either asked him or it came something about something like, I asked him if he wanted to move in. And he said, yeah, for sure. Let me, first let me see what I got going on and stuff, and then I'll make my decision. I was like, all right, cool. He went back down there and, you know, he thought about it. He weighed he did the pros and cons, if you will. And if anybody knows about the house that we was living in, not, hold on, not this one, not the previous one, not the one before that, the one in Lavalette. It was, yeah, that house, it has a lot of problems, but I ain't gonna get into that. But, with that house, it wasn't that bad at the time, but, you know, it got very bad. Let's put it that way. I've got an ego problem. It flares up from time to time, and it's like, I gotta sit down, do my thing, and just chill. I don't know if it's, me getting overstressed or whatever the case may be, but I act like a prick. And if y'all haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what in the heck are y'all doing? I still got to do my job here. I'm telling you this story, but I still got to do my job. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you made it this far in the video of all this craziness that's happened in the last 7 or 8 minutes or whatever, leave the comment down below of crazy. Just leave it in the comments, please. But after that, me and Lug, we kind of had a falling out. It. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had an addiction to muscle relaxers. I was trying to figure out some other way to say that, but I had a little problem with some muscle relaxers. My muscles were getting all tensed up, but not really. I kid around a lot, but that's something that I really shouldn't be, kidding around with. But I had, I had a problem. Let's just put it that way. And, you know, I got clean. I got, sober off of muscle relaxers and Xanaxes. And after that, it took a little bit for us to, come back and, to try this brotherhood again. Because because Lugnut, he's seen something in me that I didn't see in myself, and I think he still sees that today. And one thing I don't want to happen with this, channel is for me and Lug to ever, go like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point, we're gonna have different creative ideas, but at the end of the day, why don't we just do both of them? You know, like right now we're in this weird stage of like, it. We're in that weird stage of trying to figure out what works and what don't. I'm gonna title this video something along the lines of a true conversation, which that's what this is. I'm sitting here having a conversation with the telephone. But with like we finally came back. We came back around. We started talking again, and at that point, Lug was having some problems. That's all I was saying. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Lug was having, a couple issues. You know, that's all I'm going to leave it as right there. But and I was worried for him. I was like, hey man, I was wanting to speak up and be like, hey man, this isn't good what you're doing. This isn't healthy what you're doing. You know, and finally I was just like, hey man, are you good? Are you like truly good? And he was like, honestly, bub, he was like, honestly, bub, I'm hurting. I'm hurting on the inside. And I'm not going to put business out there because that's personal. That is personal. I'm not sharing that. I do not feel comfortable sharing that. But, and then, and we've been talking every day since then. And this was like a couple years ago. This has been a good bit ago. See, whenever he moved in with us, it was 2019. I think my grandma just had passed away. And he came to live with us. And Lugnut, he actually pulled me out of a deep, dark spot in my life. Because, in 2004, I lost my grandpa. In 2019, I lost my grandma. And I could only imagine what it was doing to mom. You know, 2004, she lost her dad, and then 2019, she lost her mom. You know, and with Lug, not only did he bring me out of that deep dark spot, but he also brought mom out of it. You know, and that's the cool thing about Lugnut is it always seems like whenever you are at your lowest, he will always reach down and pick you back up, dust your shoulders off, and say, "Hey, let's get this shit done." You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out what is bothering you, or like let's figure out what we can do to help you get to that next level. You know, and that's the reason why I want the whole world to see what a good guy Lugnut actually is. Lugnut is my best friend. He is my brother. I would take a bullet for that dude. And honestly, I truly mean that. There is very few people that I would actually take a bullet for, and he's one of them. It's he is even though he's a year older than I am, I still call him my little brother. Because of this family, I feel like I got to protect everybody. I feel like I was put on this earth, created, put on this earth to protect my family at all costs. And, Miss Lugnut, right? She's a little. Hold on, I'm gonna try to figure out the best way to explain her. She is a very interesting case. Miss Lugnut is she okay. I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. She has two sides up to her. She has the. For some reason, I'm wanting to say, uh, Jack Daniels and a clown car. Like that's the best way I can describe Miss Lugnut. A clown car and a Jack Daniels for one reason. Well, there's multiple, but she can be crazy, clowning around stuff like that, damn near making you piss your pants. Oh, by the way, Miss Lugnut is Baron Lugnut's manager. Okay, but Miss Lugnut, she will damn near have you pissing yourself laughing so hard, like tears running down your eyes, snot coming out your nose, all that good stuff. But on the other hand, she can if whenever she needs to, she can grab you by the shoulders and be like, "Hey, get your shit together. What the fuck are you doing?" That type. But, it's with everything being said, Miss Lugnut is the best woman, period, for Lugnut. And I truly believe that. Like, this is how big of a dramatic a dramatic change that I have seen in him. He went from doing what he was doing all day, and Lugnut, I hope you don't care for me saying this, but doing what you was doing every single day, you know, and that what you was doing was, you know, hurting yourself in the long run. To you have grown up so much that you went from that to now you've got a wife, you've got, a kid, you have got a home, you have a family. From going from this to that is, that takes the right woman. That takes the right situation to get you to that point from, doing what you was doing to doing what you're doing now. You know, and this is the crazy thing is, you know, whether you know it or not, Lugnut, I honestly, like I tell mom every day or every other day, like, hey, I am proud of them, how far they have came. I'm proud of Lugnut at how far he's come. I'm proud of Brandy as she has came a long. Well, anyways, Miss Lugnut, but it it's gotten she has gotten to a point where I am proud of every single one of my family members. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And like whenever I get with my brain the way it works, once it starts like going like yes, like everything's coming at it, and I'm like it's like I start tripping on my words and I start stuttering a little bit. Or then all of a sudden I just stop talking. I just shut the hell up for a minute. I gotta like let my brain catch up to where the situation we're talking about. But with Miss Lugnut, Lugnut, Mama Bear, Miss Lugnut's mama, and Miss Lugnut's sister, there's only one place that we can go, and that's up. It's like for everybody that is around me, it's like I want to bring them up. It's like I want to create something so big that none of us ever has to work again. None of us has to worry, is our bills going to be paid? Is there food in the fridge? Or if there's, any situation that could come up that is caused by that. It's it's gotten to a point to where, I want more in life to a point where, I can see in my future, Mrs. Bear, Bear Jr., maybe a second, you know, Bear the third. You never know. Honestly, you never know. Like, that's what I'm aiming for. Like, I want to, I guess you could say I want to take that next step and be like Mr., grown up businessman, if you will. Like, folks, I am 25 years old. I have lived so much life from the age of 13 all the way up until now. I have got hundreds of stories that I could tell. And, it's weird because I never thought in a million years that I would want to, take that next step and be like, I think what I'm trying to say is I don't think I would ever have taken that next step into you know, not professional, but white picket fence, old lady sitting on the front porch, swinging a swing set, drinking a ice cold cup of sweet tea, couple of little kids running around the yard with my dogs and stuff. Honestly, I never thought that day would honestly come. That I'm actually wanting that. Hell, I don't think there's anybody that actually, wanted it, but, I'm sure that there is people. I mean, hell, look at Car Empire. And that's me speaking the truth. Honestly, Car Empire, I don't care what I've said in the past. I honestly believe that, his heart's in a good spot. I really do. I believe that, you know, I honestly believe that anybody can have their heart in the right spot. And I honestly believe that, there's only one way to go when you're at the bottom. Like, yeah, me and, Bear and Lugnut, we've put in the hard work to get where we're at today. And I don't feel like this is even scratching the surface of what's coming. It's, yeah. And I honestly think that what's coming next, it can only be greater. And my bad. At Car Empire, I apologize for everything I've said to you. But I feel like some of the stuff needed to be said to dig your head out of your ass, if you will. You don't see actually what you've got coming. Like, I believe you could literally shoehorn a pro-charged Hemi into a Chevy Chevette. I truly believe that. Which, thinking of it, a Chevy Chevette, if y'all don't know what that is, look it up. Honestly, I feel like Car Empire can do a lot. With not a lot amount of tools neither. Nor lift or nothing. Car Empire, he's the type of dude that goes over there with a battery with two cables, a red and a black, and I believe he could start welding on something. It might not look the prettiest, but it'll get you down the racetrack or a street, whatever the case may be. But anyways, guys, this is a true conversation with Bear. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all made it the whole 23 minutes. But other than that, guys, I think we're going to conclude this video. I think that I'm going to do a lot more videos like this. Just sit down, turn the camera on, and whatever I want to talk about, that's what we're going to talk about. You never know, this might be a new series we start on the channel. Sessions with Bear. This is first episode of Sessions with Bear. But guys, honestly, I just want to sit here and say thank y'all for hearing me out. And I hope y'all understand that with these words that I have spoken, that y'all dig through all the jumbly wumbly stuff and actually listen to what I said in this video. Watch it all the way through. It would really mean a lot. And please hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. We are working our butts off over here at Bear and Lugnut HQ. But guys, other than that, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything, all the support, all the likes, all the comments, all the subscriptions. I really appreciate it, and you have a very nice day.